Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be discussing the first character of version 3.2 as they were revealed a couple of hours ago. And I'd love to know which characters you are the most excited for when it comes to our Amphorius cast. Lastly, if you do enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, hit the like button to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. So to start off today's video, of course, we should do the reveal, and for the first character of version 3.2, it will be none other than Castorice, which is super exciting. I'm really excited for her because one, she's purple, and you guys know I love my purple characters. She has a dragon in her splash art, which is really cool. And also, I really liked her in the story, and I'm also a pretty big fan of her element and path, which I'll get into that a little bit shortly here. I thought that we can first discuss Castorice's design, and also guys, if I sound a little different today, I literally just woke up like maybe 20 minutes ago to talk about this. Speaking of Castorice's design right here, I would love to know what you all think about her design and her dragon. I absolutely love the color scheme for her outfit. I think the scythe is a very nice touch when it comes to, I guess, a held weapon of choice, just what weapon she's holding on to. And then the dragon is definitely the cherry on top, what I would consider a really nice character design. I'm personally just a huge fan when it comes to just dragons overall. I really like the butterflies around her, the bows on her outfit, the flowers. I really like her design, and I can't wait to learn more about her once we end up getting more of the Amphorius story in 3.1. And what's pretty cool about this particular reveal, in my opinion, is that Starl has actually showed some of her animations from what it looks like a few weeks ago. So what ended up happening a few weeks ago is that Starl themselves released these short videos of Tribbie and Mydei, and they also released a short video of Castorice, which is currently on the screen now. And what this short is just showing us is potentially one or multiple of her animations. And I know, like, I really wanted to make this bigger on screen, but this is the format that they decided to use to show this off for us. From what it looks like, it could be one or multiple animations. And what I really like just from this animation is that the entrance of the dragon looks really cool. As you guys can see, she used her scythe, and then the dragon freaking comes in, and then it literally uses a beam of death on whatever they're fighting. And I believe it's pretty safe to say that her memo sprite, since she is a remembrance character, she will have a memo sprite. I'm going to say it's pretty safe to assume the memo sprite will be the dragon themselves, and that dragon just looks absolutely incredible. I love the concept of the dragon being the memo sprite, or just, you know, being alongside a character overall gameplay wise. I think I said that she's cool like so many times in this video already, but now let's talk about her element and path, which is Quantum Remembrance. We don't have too many remembrance characters just yet, as Castorice will now be our third confirmed remembrance character after Aglaea and Remembrance Trailblazer, which is pretty exciting as there are a lot of possibilities with what they can end up doing with her kit. But based on this little short, which is still on screen, that Starl did show off, I'm going to honestly assume that she is going to be a remembrance damage dealer, which would be pretty nice as this adds a new damage dealer for players to consider for their roster, especially with her being a quantum character. We have what I would honestly consider a pretty small roster when it comes to quantum damage dealers. For 5 stars, we'd primarily be looking at Zila and Jade. And for 4 stars, we would primarily be looking at Xingxue and Shui. A new quantum character, in my opinion, is definitely worth checking out, especially for those who may be even looking for a new quantum damage dealer for their account, or just a powerful damage dealer overall. As we did just end up having the Herta and Aglaea, which are both very powerful DPS options one can consider for their account. The Herta being an Ice Erudition character, while Aglaea being a Lightning Remembrance character. When it comes to Herta's gameplay, she appreciates being alongside another Erudition character, and has pretty nice free-to-play friendly options that can be paired alongside her. For example, Serval, Little Herta, Remembrance Trailblazer, and those are all characters that you get for free. So overall, Herta has some pretty nice free-to-play centric options that you can take advantage of when you are using her. And then when it comes to Aglaea, she takes advantage of reaching incredibly high speeds and appreciates characters who can assist with allowing her to retain Supreme Stance for as long as possible, to upkeep the speed buffs as well as dish out her powerful joint attacks with the Garment Maker. Overall though, both are pretty powerful DPS options as I mentioned. As for characters we have coming up, it would be Tribbie, Mydei, and now we have confirmation of Castorice. Tribbie will be a Quantum Harmony character while Mydei is an Imaginary Destruction character, and we are actually going to find out more about both of these characters during the 3.1 livestream this week. Tribbie being a Harmony character will likely be a strong pickup depending on what buffs she provides, what teams she could be nicely utilized on, and so on. Our previously released supports that we've been getting have been very powerful pickups for accounts due to the buffs they can provide. For example, let's just say Sunday, when it comes to his damage buffs, his crit rate and crit damage buffs, the 100% advance forward for a character as well as their summon. Then we have, for example, a character like Robin. She's a very powerful supportive option. For the attack buffs she provides, the 100% advance forward for the team. And overall, just there are other supports that are very valuable as well that have been released. Most limited Harmony characters have immense value when it comes to their utility that they'll be able to provide teams. And supports have been shown to have pretty nice longevity when it comes to them being placed alongside new damage dealers and new teams in general when it comes to team recommendations and just creating a powerful team overall. So when it comes to Tribbie, she'll also likely possess very powerful buffs to provide for teams, and I'll give my thoughts on her as well once we get more information from the live stream coming up this week, and of course early access videos as well as showcasing Tribbie on varieties of teams. As for Mydei, he'll be an Imaginary Destruction character, which allows players to pick up a new DPS option. Seeing as how Herta and Aglaea are both powerful DPS options, it's very likely Mydei will be one as well. Then of course we have Castorice herself, which will be a Quantum Remembrance option, and she can end up being a great Quantum option, especially for those who are lacking a well-invested Quantum damage dealer. Excluding the reruns, we'll have the options for support and DPS options when it comes to version 3.1 and what we know so far for version 3.2. I know some that may have actually skipped all of 3.0 just to see the full 3.1 and 3.2 options, or for those who did pull a damage dealer in 3.0, you can now potentially get another DPS for your account, or consider picking up Tribbie if you're liking supports. We also currently have Robin as a rerun option. Overall, there's quite a few options, and what I will say is with the DPS options, especially with how powerful 3.0 DPS options were, with powerful teams to accompany them, it's very likely future DPS options will also be powerful as well, and you can ultimately end up just picking up your favorite damage dealer from your options and making a team that synergizes with them nicely. As for general advice I could give though, let's say you're in the second half of a version update. So right now, we have version 3.0, we're in the second half with Aglaea, and now we're finding out who is going to be in 3.2, as well as we're going to get the live stream very soon later this week, before of course Aglaea goes away. Typically speaking, what I always suggest is that if you are in the second phase of an update and you're a little bit on the fence on who to pull, I would highly recommend waiting until they show off what characters are coming up in the future. For example, how they revealed Castorice for 3.2. And then also, of course, finding out more information about the upcoming patches characters with the live stream, and then of course the early access videos and stuff like that. So I always try to recommend when it comes to the second half, just wait a little bit before pulling, just to see if something else ends up showing up or something else might end up coming out that you may actually want to acquire more than what is currently available. I think this can also end up helping out very nicely when it comes to just knowing what characters you may want to pull for the most, as you have all of your options laid out for you. And most of the time, a lot of the characters that have been coming out have very nice value depending on what type of teams you put them on. Or of course, if it is a damage dealer, building a team that highly synergizes with them will allow them to perform at a very high potential and allow you, of course, to clear endgame content far easier. So there's a lot to consider when it comes to just keeping your eye out for these new character reveals, seeing what character you may want the most. And of course, I would love to know as well just all of your thoughts on Castorice reveal, if you are planning to save for her or might even skip her for one of the 3.1 options, or maybe you're even saving for someone else from the Amphorius lineup. I'm personally pretty excited for all the upcoming characters since I did enjoy their personalities so far in this story, and I can't wait to know more information on each of them. But that'll be all for today's quick video going over the reveal. I would love to know all of your thoughts, and I hope you all have a great one. Peace.